Welcome to the Real P&L Trading Show, where I share my real P&L on 3 accounts and share my proprietary Safe Wheel options trade system for free. I do want to make sure you guys can hear me okay. Please type in the chat that my audio is working. And also be sure to post any questions you might have about the 3 trading systems or just anything about options in general. I can probably help you with that. Will says audio is good. All right, great. Thank you, Will. Let's get into the earnings edge and what happened last week. We can see here, this is my earnings edge account. Show my net lick, 9,764. Okay, there's my net lick there. And you can see that I traded TSM, which has been my worst performer of the year, down 990. So that's what happened last week. I went with TSM. Let's I like to use a spreadsheet to show overall, what's going on. So what was the number here? 9764. So let's put that in there. So I went down, obviously, 9764. What's SPY trading? 513.30. Down a little bit here. Just Friday was it? It was a pretty big down day. All right, you can see the earnings edge results. I started trading it live in 2022, up 63, S&P down 19. Here, underperformed a little bit. And this year, with that loss last week, I'm underperforming. But overall, you can see I'm up 95% in this account. The S&P is up 8% since the beginning of 2022. So the earnings edge has done quite well. It's got a lot of volatility though. So if you like volatility, you like to put on some risk, and it looks like you can get some good returns. That's what I've been getting. That's what I can't promise you anything, but this is what I've done in my account. It's pretty good return on risk, but also, again, like I said, this earnings edge comes with some risk. All right, let's talk about the Premier Level 5. You can see I trade options on the E-minis, and also some T-bills here. My net lick, 33,423. Okay, 33,423. So let's talk about the performance here. $33,423. So it's up a little bit. Even with that big down day, that's not bad for the system. The system's very calm. And then you want to have low drawdowns. This is the system that I like. But still up, down 5% for the year. S&P up 10%. You can see I started this on April 8th, 2022, outperformed the S&P this year. 2023 underperformed for sure, but the risk-adjusted basis, the drawdowns are about 1/3 of what you would get with the S&P 500. So I like low drawdowns when I'm using more capital, higher amounts of capital, $30,000, $50,000, $100,000 plus. And so I'll rather have a system that has lower drawdowns. And on a risk-adjusted basis, it's slightly outperforming the S&P 500. So that is the Premier Level 5. So you can see that it's actually up a little bit from last week. And, it's set to do good when the market grinds down, or even if it crashes or goes sideways, and then it underperforms typically in the bull markets. And we've had a very significant bull market since November of 2023. The market's been up around 25% with only a 2% pullback. And the PL5 also likes a little more volatility than just a 2% pullback. All right, let's talk about the Safe Wheel. Of course, the Safe Wheel is of course, I showed my net liquidation, right? And then the Safe Wheel, I've traded LI and DKNG. It looks like I'm down on the year with LI. LI's been pretty volatile. Let's look at the net liquidation. 67 67.95. So before I get into actually trading, I'm going to look at the spreadsheet here. 67.95. You can see it's down a little bit. And you can see I started trading this in 2022, started sharing my results, and pretty much every trade I've taken, except for the little $5 long calls that I do on Fridays. And you can see here outperformance by 40%, underperformed last year, and then this year kind of keeping up. The thing is, I get about half the drawdowns of the S&P, and you can see that since 2022 we're up 36% with this system, as opposed to only 8% this year with the S&P 500 in 2024. All right. So that's the performance. So outperforming, definitely outperforming. And you guys have seen that live right here. And I've showed my net liquidation every week. All right. So what am I going to do? Let me look at my positions here. First thing I want to do is look at what my hedges are doing, because this is the wheel strategy, but it's hedged. And I have this $28 put. So 2 questions with this. Is it under 100 days because it starts to depreciate too quickly? And the answer is no. It's 158 days left until it expires. So I'm good there. And then is this $28 put close enough to the money to give me protection? I want it to be within 75 or 70%. And currently LI is trading at 29 and this is 28. So that's well within 70%. Nothing to do with this put. It's working, it's doing its job. I also have this long call. I pay $5 for it. It says $7 here because I sold the other one for $1. So I paid like $5 or $6 for this thing. It's just to protect, just in case LI gets a takeover bid or something crazy and it just goes up. It just jumps up to $40 or $50 or $60 overnight. This will protect my, it'll protect me from losing too much on this other hedge. So it's kind of the hedge for the hedge, right? But this is doing well. This is fine. Has 4 days till expire. I like to trade at the end of the week. I like to see my options expire at the end of the week. You can see that I have 200 shares, which means that I have gotten assigned twice. I can no longer sell puts in this with the system because I only have 3 put hedges, which is technically long 300 shares, and technically short. It's technically short 300 shares, and I'm long 200 shares. I'm not going to go long 300 shares because of my hedge won't protect me as well as I like. So I've kind of maxed out the program here. So what's happened is LI has, I think it was at $45 earlier a month ago, and it's kind of come down, and I've sold puts twice and I've gotten assigned twice. I got assigned at $36.50 and I've also got assigned at $30. So I've got like 2 sets. That's the way I look at it. So my goal is to sell a covered call. I want to run the traditional wheel with these 200 shares. So can I sell, and I want to do it in the near term, the options that expire this week? So the first thing I'm going to do is see if I can sell any covered calls against these 200 shares. So I'm going to go to the trade tab here, and let's go to LI. Okay. And I want to deal in this expiration cycle here. I want it expires at the end of the week. And remember, I was in at 36.50. So can I sell a 36.50 call or anything further out of the money? And the answer is no. There's no premium here. There's no premium all the way till I get, right in here somewhere. So the next question is, so the first set of 100 shares is kind of like a wounded soldier. It's not doing anything for me, but I have a plan for that. So I have a second set at $30. So can I sell a covered call at $30 and get at least 30 cents for it, 29 cents for it? And the answer is yes, I can. And I always like to, even though I'm at $30, I like to go out as far as I can out of the money. And here, I can't quite get 29 cents. It's not quite there. I mean, it's close, and it wouldn't be a bad idea to sell this one, but it's not. It's I like to keep the rules as black and white as possible. So since I can't get 29 cents here, I'll go here, and I will sell this $30 call. I won't sell the 29.50. If I couldn't get any premium here at this 29.50, I would close out all the positions because I would be in this situation where none of my soldiers were working for me. They were all wounded, and I'm not going to sit there with wounded soldiers. I'm just going to close all my positions and start over. But I do have the option here to sell some premium here. So I'm going to sell one of these. As far as sizing, I do 3 put hedges, and I do the traditional wheel with 1 contract. So it's a 3-to-1 ratio if I have between $5,000 and $10,000. So I have for every $5,000 it increases. So if I had 10 to 15,000, I would do a ratio of 2 of these and 2 and 6 put hedges. So for every $5,000 that increases. And I also trade stocks between $20 and $40 for the system. So everything's been sized out. Okay, so what I'm going to do is sell one of these for as much premium as I can get. Maybe I can get $40 for it. And this will expire at the end of this week. Let me just verify. Selling a call against my existing $30 assignment price. And I filled there. So that's really the only trade for the weeks. Collect more premium. I always want to be collecting premium. If I'm not collecting premium, I'm going to push out all my positions and start over. So there's my premium collection for the week. And I still have 100 shares out there not doing anything for me, but I also have 300 shares short here with these string long puts that I'm protected. Okay. All right. Any questions or comments? Let's see here. Some guy says good morning or afternoon. I guess it depends on where you are. It's good morning in here. Here it's 7:27, 7:30 a.m. All right. And he says the audios are good. YouTube user. Interesting name there. First time here. Good. Good to see you here. Will says, any news media you recommend listening to for economic news, even if non-directional? I don't really listen to the news too much. It's kind of like when people are watching the news, if they talk about the stock market in the news, then something's going on with the stock market that's significant. So I'm kind of similar. When there's something going on with the news that overpowers the stock market, I might know what's going on. But typically, I don't pay a lot of attention to the news, and definitely don't make my decisions, my trading decisions based on the news at all. That would be fundamental analysis. I don't use that. I don't use technical analysis. I use a statistical approach to my trading. Charles, can you show the buying power effect of your current position? Yeah. So, is that? Let's see how much I have available for trading. It's not giving me that. Let's see. I might be able to unlock this. See, the thing is, the problem is when I press this, all this my account numbers show up, and that's why I changed it to that. But I can move this back over here and not move my account number, and you can see everything here. So I have $2,500 available for trading there. So that gives you an idea of how much margin I'm using or how much buying power I'm using. Good question. There. Steve says, all the talking heads over the weekend predicted the market would crash. Oh yeah, there was some type of an attack. Huh? Look at this. The market's up 1/3%. So I guess it's not crashing. And Sandra says, I've been trading LI and I've been assigned, and now I own shares at 42 and 33. Okay, interesting. 42 and 33. So if you can't sell any premium at the 33, if I was in your situation and I couldn't sell any premium at 33, I would cash in my put hedge there and just cash in all my positions, and I would just start over. I would use LI again for sure. I like LI. It's around $30. Probably your put hedge was probably in the money by now if you were dealing with a $42 assignment price there. So your put hedge is probably doing quite well for you. I'm not sure though. I don't know exactly what you traded. Let's see. Selling the hedge pays only $3.40 per position, doesn't cover the losses with the shares. Yeah, that's totally possible. There's going to be situations where the safe wheel, where you have to clear out of the safe wheel and you're not ahead on that particular cycle. And that can happen for sure. Yep. Will says, is having $9,000 in your earnings edge account underestimating your percent? Being that you still put positions for a 5K size account. Okay, so I increased, so I have approximately a $10,000 account. So I'll put on, I'll trade the account as if it's worth $10,000, not as if it's worth 5,000. So I do scale up with the earnings edge. Good question. Okay, if you guys have any other questions, let me know before I end the broadcast. I'm going to wind it down here. I don't see any more questions right now. Also, be sure to hit that like button. That would help out a lot. I think it's important. It's important to support people that share their actually net liquidation value, because anything else is not really, in my opinion, it's it could be designed to deceive. All right, if you don't see net liquidation, so you gotta see the whole portfolio, not just some winners and some losers. The whole portfolio. How's the whole portfolio doing? Otherwise, it could be. I'm not saying it is, but it could be designed to deceive you. So, hit that like button and support guys like me that share their actual net liquidation. I'd appreciate that, because if you hit the like button, it obviously helps the algorithm. And I'm trying to manipulate the algorithm. Yes, I am. I'm going to do what the algorithm asks me to do and try to, get the like button hit. Let's see here. Have you considered IB for the earnings edge, interactive brokers for the earnings edge? No, but I am moving my PL5 over to the earnings edge. I'm moving that account over because of the earnings. When you trade futures, options on futures, Thinkorswim doesn't give you a very good price on commissions. I mean, it's horrible, $2.25 a contract, where I can do interactive brokers where it's only 85 cents a contract. So I'm going to move over because of that, just for the PL5 only. I'll still run the safe wheel and the earnings edge on TOS. Yeah, commissions are lower. Yeah, I like TOS. I like TOS so much that I was almost willing to use TOS and continue to use them, even though they're $2.85 a share, a contract, compared to 65 cents. But that just got it had too much of an effect on my portfolio, so I had to start moving over to interactive. What else are they trying to conceal, basically? Yeah, if they're not sharing their net liquidation, what are they trying to conceal? Charles asks, your wheel account is using Reg T Margin, right? Yes. Yes. I agree with you, Will. What else are they trying to conceal? Steve-O, let's see what Steve-O has to say. Many will tell you they have an 80% win rate. They don't tell you their losses are 3 times their wins. Exactly. You don't see the total portfolio. You got to see the net liquidation because everything combined needs to be added in. You've got unrealized losses, unrealized uh, gains. You've got realized losses, realized gains. There's 4 components that go into the net liquidation value, and those 4 components need to be shown. You can't just show part of it, not just unrealized gains. You don't want to just show 1/4 of it and claim success. You got to show all 4 of those things because all 4 of those things are what's going on. And that's really a total portfolio net liquidation value. Some guy, do you know why Option Net Explorer 1 doesn't show prices for strike in second week of Earnings Edge when I can see them on my broker platform? I would be surprised. Sometimes there's glitches maybe that it's not showing certain strike prices, but that's very rare. Like I rarely see that. Usually it's with options on ES, but that was kind of earlier on where, when they started doing options on ES and there was a little glitches here and there, but I haven't seen that particular glitch, the one that you're talking about, with anything outside of doing the e-minis. So I haven't seen that before. Well, if the purported precision and ludicrousy of the P&L lack substantive grounding in veracity, one must wonder what further obfuscations do they see to alleviate this from scrutiny. Okay, Jordan Peterson. I can't even say the words that Jordan Peterson says in one paragraph. So, yeah, I agree with that though, but I can't really read it or say it. I'm a numbers guy. Well, some could possibly be using multiple accounts and you only get to see the current winning trades. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of tricks that can be done. If you're not showing the total net liquidation portfolio, there's so many tricks that could be used. Many tricks. Some guy is pointing out that Tesla's at 152.50. I'm assuming that means it's lower than what it was in the past. And Will's laughing at me because I can't repeat the words of Jordan Peterson. Okay. I am going to start the one question. Okay, let's see what you mean, some guy, the one question. Oh, okay. So an option that Explorer, you're seeing a Tesla at 152. You might have to hit that live button because maybe you're in time. Maybe you're back in time sometime, and if you hit the live button, you'll see the live. That could be what's going on with the option net Explorer. Because you're saying that the price level, you can't find it in one on the second week. Oh, there's a little reset button. I can't show you really what that is. That would take too much time, but there's a little reset button you might hit that would help you out. Yeah, so I can't necessarily, let's see if I get, yeah, it would take too long for me to, and during the middle of a live stream, I wasn't really prepared to pull up Option Net Explorer and kind of go through some of the things on that. Yeah. So if I was better prepared, I knew I was going to talk about Option Net Explorer today, I would probably, I'd have it set up and ready to go. And I would be able to maybe try to troubleshoot that with you. But you can definitely get a hold of support. They're pretty good about getting back to you on things that seem like they're relatively simple. So yeah, I would just go ahead and email support there. Okay. Any other questions or comments? I think you said something about Tesla and it's down 3%, and you have the live on. Interesting. Tesla's down 3%. Okay. I guess that's not out of the ordinary for Tesla, right? But okay, guys, good session here. And if there's no other questions, I am going to say one thing in parting. If the P&L is not real, what else are they trying to conceal? I'll be back next week. I'll see you then.